Alright, what is up, guys? It's Missy, and I'm back with another video. It is bright today. It's like mid-afternoon, where the sun is beating down. It's about high 80s right now, almost 90 degrees. This is my bike currently. I just installed some risers on the handlebars to bring them up and back towards me a little bit. I added my saddlebag back to my back seat. So I'm out here to test ride it, make sure that the risers are good and not all messed up. Let's go for a ride. So as you can probably tell, I am back on the GoPro Hero 4. I have a newer GoPro on the way, but I just want to test out. I've been obviously testing out different audios lately on my different videos, and I'm just trying to see what's going to work the best for my channel. I love the Insta360. I love getting the angles, but there's just something about a GoPro. And this is the setup that I was using before my Insta360, and the microphone that I was using in my Scorpion helmet. So this video is to kind of test how the audio is in my new Shoei helmet. So no Insta360 today. Like I said, this is just kind of a test ride anyways. Which way do I want to go? Probably this way. Like I was saying, it's about 86 degrees right now. It's I think a little bit after 5 p.m. So it's pretty warm out, but it has cooled off a little bit. I'm wearing full gear, all black gear. Got my armored pants on. I've got brand new boots. These are the Forma Adventure. But like always, I haven't ridden in like a week. But this is just a short ride, like I said, to kind of test out the risers, make sure that they are comfortable for me. And already they are so comfortable. I will put a link down below which risers I got. They're pretty highly recommended for these Rebels, but they're not so large that I have to get cable adjusters, and that's kind of why I wanted to ride too, make sure that all of my cables still function properly, because I'd rather go for a small test ride around town and have Chris come help me if something happens, rather than go for a ride out of town and have something happen, you know? As per usual, I forgot my earplugs today, so that's a thing. But I don't plan on going fast or far. This is literally just a test ride. I guess technically I could split in front of this slow-ass person. Because they are bugging me how slow they're going. That's literally the first person I've ever split, or filtered, I guess technically. I just don't feel comfortable doing it yet, because I've only been riding on the street for a little bit, so I'm not quite comfortable lane filtering or lane splitting. Definitely not lane splitting, but even just filtering, I'm not really comfortable with yet. And a good rule of thumb is when you're starting to split, is start off small. So split 1 or 2 cars at a time, not a whole line of cars. So if there's 1 or 2 cars, then I'll split. Otherwise, no. So let's talk about something that's a little bit difficult to talk about, but very important to talk about. And it's something that I'm seeing a lot where I live, because it just is what it is. And honestly, it happens everywhere. Obviously, I see it more where I live because it's where I live. I see my local news. But the amount of motorcycle fatalities that have been happening the last couple months is kind of insane. Almost every single day, I'm seeing a post online about another motorcycle fatality. So-and-so has passed away, rest in peace, yada yada. Or you get the check on your people. And it's just sad. But it's something that we have to keep in mind as riders, both as riders and cagers. Now that it's warmer, there's a lot more motorcycles out, and people aren't quite used to seeing them out. So they're not as cognizant to watch out for motorcyclists. On the other hand, we as motorcyclists have to be aware of our surroundings and be vigilant. And things like speeding, distractions, there's a lot of things that both cagers and motorcyclists need to be aware of. And there are quite a lot of fatalities that are solo motorcycle accidents, and there's just as many that are car versus motorcycle or other thing versus motorcycle. And it sucks, and we never want to go through it. But just staying aware of our surroundings is going to help us. Educating other people that don't quite know much about motorcycles will help them. Like, here's the side of a car. I'm going to stay on this outside so that they can see me the most. Granted, I have a bright yellow bike, so if you don't see me, you're really not paying attention. But things happen, and that's fine. Just pay attention. You know, here's another intersection. Side of vehicle on my left, side of vehicle on my right. And it's shit like that. That guy could have waited until after I passed. But instead he decided to go. But anticipating that drivers are going to do that is what's going to help save people. Thankfully, I was doing the speed limit. So I was able to roll off the throttle and not put myself in a position where I had an oh shit moment. If I was traveling any faster, that could have ended way differently. Cars can't perceive the speed of motorcycles that easily. They just see a tiny little headlight coming towards them. And it's hard to tell, is that headlight coming at 50 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour? But by not putting myself in a situation that's going to endanger my life, I'm able to get out of that situation without injury. And like I was just saying, I have 2 sides of vehicles back there. I knew one of them was going to pull out. I personally have this really, really good sense of knowing what other people are going to do. I've always had this sense, even in a car. In fact, it's a game I play, anticipating. I'll be on the freeway and I'll just say to myself, that car is going to go that way. And then sure enough, they go that way. So learning how to anticipate other drivers and what they're doing is going to be a really good way for us motorcyclists to stay safer. But like I said, it just comes down to both of us being safe, cagers and motorcyclists. And there's unfortunately going to be a lot more accidents, a lot more fatalities this season. It's warming up, there's more of us on the road, and there's more people like myself. This is my first season of riding. I'm new, but I also know my limitations. And I don't put myself in situations that I don't know how to ride in. For instance, I really want to drive down to the beach, and there's a couple ways to go down to the beach. So after work one day, I drive my car to work right now, but after work one day, I took the route that I would have taken on my motorcycle. I drove down it with my car just to scout it, just to scout the ride, see if it's a ride that I'm comfortable doing. It's zero freeway, which I'm not comfortable quite yet, though I'm getting there soon. Zero freeway, just a nice long stretch of road. But once I got towards the actual coast and I could see the ocean, there were some pretty steep hill starts that I would have to do on my bike. And I cut this out of my last video, but I stalled my bike twice on hills. So I know I'm not ready for those streets yet. Therefore, I'm not going to put myself in a position that's going to endanger me. I'm going to continue practicing my hill starts in quiet neighborhood areas until I know that I can confidently go up or down a hill and not stall. I almost just ran over a baby squirrel there. But I saw it and was able to roll off the throttle super quick. So again, just anticipation. I don't have deer I have to worry about out here. It's squirrels, bunnies, and look at these beautiful, beautiful bovine. The cows don't run across the street, but I'm just getting better as a rider in general. So I can kind of look back on my old footage, see how I rode a particular section, and then come back, you know, later and see how much different I ride. Like already, I feel like I'm riding so much better than I was a couple of videos ago. And I know I said that a couple of videos ago, but it's true. I can definitely tell side of vehicle that I'm getting better. And one thing I noticed, and this is why I just cut myself off, I talk a lot in my head, but I don't speak words out loud. So in my head, I say side of vehicle, but I don't say it out loud. And I want to get a little bit better at saying that out loud and just verbalizing my thoughts, I guess, so that anybody watching, I know there's a couple beginner riders that watch me, can start to notice these things as I see them as well. And one of my favorite people to watch is Dan. Every Thursday he has a live stream, if you don't watch him, and he does motorcycle training, motorcycle awareness, after action reviews, things like that. I am an avid Dan watcher. If you see him live, more than likely I am watching his live stream. But that's one of the things, is watching so many videos like his, I'm able to verbalize the things I see on the road, and again, be aware, like earlier in the intersection. By seeing those things, anticipating those things, I'm able to make better decisions. Constantly checking my mirrors, like this RAV4 that rode up my ass even though I'm doing the speed limit because people drive too fast. Y'all need to stop tailgating motorcyclists. That's one thing I see in my cage all the time, is people tailgating motorcyclists, and it pisses me off to no end. Adopt a rider, but do it at a safe distance. There's no reason to get on a motorcycle's ass. It's so uncalled for and so dangerous for everybody involved. Because if I have to slam on my brakes, rest in peace. Side of vehicle, turning out, are they gonna pull out? Nope. I am pretty grateful that 90% of the lights where I live are protected turns, meaning you cannot turn unless you have a green arrow. There's very, very few unprotected left turns where I live, so it's nice because it's one less element I have to worry as much about. Not to say people won't run the light, because they probably will, but I don't have to worry too much about it. It is a great day out today. Chris said he wanted to go for a ride later, so maybe him and I will actually go for a ride together. Maybe get some dinner. The wind is not cooling by any means, but it does feel nice to have at least some kind of breeze rolling through my jacket. Side of vehicle, likely not going to turn out due to the traffic. You know, they say ride like you're invisible, or ride like everyone's out to get you. And it's true, definitely do. It doesn't mean ride like an idiot. It just means anticipate, be aware of what other people are doing. I really like these boots so far. They definitely need more break-in time. My left foot my pinky toe gets numb just because it's a bit tight. But they're really comfortable otherwise. And if you don't know, I learned how to ride on dirt bikes, so wearing a motocross style boot is something that I'm the most comfortable with because it's kind of all I know. Some people prefer to wear just regular street shoes because they can feel the shifter. Which is, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me because I can feel the shifter just fine in these giant boots. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for me today. I've had a pretty good ride. Handlebars are amazing. Boots are perfect. Pants feel good. All my new stuff feels good. Hopefully my next video will be with my new GoPro. I hope this GoPro footage will do in the meantime. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel to see more motorcycle related content. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.